And we're live here at Reynolds Royal Stadium here in Week 8 of high school football action on Hometown Television. Craig Atkins alongside Perry Williams, and another beautiful evening for high school football, Perry, to say the least.
Oh, absolutely. After all those early games where we had rain and rain delays and lightning and everything, now we got some beautiful weather here, and it's a great night here at Reynolds Stadium. A beautiful night, good crowd. Homecoming for Southeastern.
Yep, homecoming, and they invite in tonight a team from Aurora, Illinois, the Waubonsie Valley Warriors, who come in at 3-3 on the season. Hamilton Southeastern is 6-1. Tonight's game is brought to you by Community Health Network, also by Smith's Jewelers, Church, Hiddle and Antrim, Ivy Tech Community College, Mark HEIRBRANDT, your Hamilton County Commissioner, by Indiana Restoration and Cleaning Services, Erica's Place, Logan Street Signs and Banners, and Noblesville Trophies. You're a big fan of Erica's, aren't you?
Absolutely. That's one of my favorite places. In fact, I hate to say this, I was in Westfield this week, and I ate lunch over there, and I went to my daughter's in Cicero this week, and her and I and her husband ate at Erica's, and then last night Kathy and I ate there. So
hey,
great food. Good home cooking. Always
good to eat local, shop local, and all the whole 9 yards with all the small businesses, and that's what
it's all about.
That's what it's all about, and what it's all about tonight is Week 8 in high school football, and a team that we know very little about coming in to play the Hamilton Southeastern Royals. They started their season a week later than Indiana High School does. And they opened up with 2 games on the road. They got 2 solid wins to start the season. They won at Lake Park 16-8 to open the season. That's in Roselle, Illinois. And they won at Glenbard North in Carroll Stream 29-28 in Week 2. Week 3 and 4 didn't go so hot for the Warriors as they dropped a 24-17 decision at Nicowa Valley in Naperville. And then they lost in Week 4 to Naperville Central 33-16. But lately have been going back and forth. Matea Valley, one of their in-town rivals, they nipped them 24-21 at home. And then last week took one on the chin at Wheaton-Warrenville South in Wheaton, Illinois, 39-32. So they've kind of won 2, lost 2, won and lost. So not sure what kind of Warrior team we're going to see face Hamilton Southeastern tonight, Perry, but it should be interesting nonetheless.
Yeah, the Royals are 6-1 now, 4-1 in the conference. But, I don't want to shortchange this game tonight, but next week is Brownsburg, and they're undefeated in the conference. So that's a huge game for the Royals. Talking to Coach May and Coach Awful this week, one of the things that they talked about a little bit different in playing them is, playing a team out of Illinois. They don't know anything about them, and they don't know anything about us, okay? They don't know anything about Southeastern. And, the schemes and the different looks that they have to give all these teams in Hamilton County won't be necessary tonight. So it's really going to be good old basic football.
Yeah, it should be awfully interesting. And one interesting thing down on the track right now, Jim Self and Greg Habiger put together something. This is the 35th anniversary of the 1981 state championship team. And back then they were, was that Class 1A? Or are they 3A still?
3A.
3A, I believe, yes. 3A, and just a very cool thing to honor the state championship team from 1981 here at Hamilton Southeastern.
Looks like the Royals, the band's all lined up out here and getting ready here, it looks like, for the singing and no anthem, but the band's all lined up and everything ready for these Royal football team to come out on the field.
Yep, as most football teams do. The Royals will run out of that gray helmet in the north end zone. Kind of a beautiful scene here as just east is the home of Hamilton Southeastern baseball, and just south of it where the Royals softball team plays. A lot of history over there.
Absolutely. A lot of great teams coached by Coach David Cook. He's had some great ones on the softball field.
Well, looks like we're about to have our Star Spangled Banner.
So obviously we will
looks like the
pause for the
elementary kids getting in into the homecoming spirit. That's good to see. Yeah, just a beautiful scene here at Hamilton Southeastern tonight, and kind of cool to see Waubonsie.
Yeah, you could. Can you?
Yeah, looks like we got one of those drones flying over. Must be Channel 8.
Yeah. Actually, that's illegal in Indiana High School Athletics.
Great rendition of our Star Spangled Banner prior to tonight's ball game.
We were talking about the crowd, the visitors crowd there. You might be right. The bus just came back, and they probably went and got something to eat, the parents, before game time, because, they got a pretty good crowd over there for, as far as they had to come. And I see down there at the south end of the field here, they got 3 chartered buses. So looks like the Royals are coming out of the locker room now. I kind of like that, Craig, that you can kind of watch the team come out of the locker room. Great facilities here.
Yeah, that's what we did where I went to high school up in Elkhart at Concord. We had a blockhouse, and that's where we had our actual locker room, but we had a blockhouse that we went in, and we could have chalk talk before the game, any last-minute preparations, bathrooms and whatnot.
Here comes homecoming 2016 Royal style. Here comes the Royals.
The Royals are taking the field, and then 81 state title team is leading them out.
Yeah,
along
absolutely.
with the cheerleaders. Yeah, you see the complete change in jerseys. There are a couple that wore a couple of theirs, and just a little bit of difference.
Yeah. The old days, it looked like a darker blue now instead of the royal was a little bit different back then.
Yeah, a little bit more of a royal back then, but
one thing about it is both the athletic directors over here do a great job at Southeastern. It's always a a pleasure to do a ball game here. Might want to make an announcement, Craig. Next week, we are doing, you and I will be doing the Noblesville Avon game, but Brad Silver will be hooked up to him, and Hamilton County TV will be doing the big game.
For what looks to be the HCC title game.
Yeah, which would be Brownsburg and Hamilton Southeastern. So we'll have 2 games next week.
Yeah, and speaking of the Hoosier Crossroads Conference, in action tonight, the Noblesville Millers are at Brownsburg to face the Bulldogs. The Bulldogs undefeated at 7-0. Brownsburg 4-0 in the conference. Noblesville 3-4, 2-2 in HCC play. And Westfield just up the road here a little bit, as Westfield is 5-2 overall, 3-2 in the conference, facing, you can call them an upswing, Fishers Tigers Ball Club. They might be 0-4 in the conference, Perry, but a huge win last week against Cathedral, 27-17, up their mark to 3-4, and they've got to be a revitalized Fishers Tigers Club for sure. And then the third conference game of the night, Zionsville at 3-4 heads to Avon, who's also 3-4, but Zionsville still 0 in the conference, 0-4, and Avon is 2-2 in the conference, tied for technically 4th in the conference with Noblesville. So we are getting set for kickoff here at Reynolds Royal Stadium. Beautiful night, like we said, for football, and ready to get this thing started. We'll try and keep you up to date because we're a half hour later with our start than normal. It's a 7:30 kick with a long bus ride for Waubonsie Valley from Aurora up near Chicago. So we'll see. We had the coin toss here. And Fisher's making a statement. Jim lets us know that Fisher's up early, 10-0 on Westfield in the first quarter. Wow. This could be a statement game for Fishers and righting the ship for Coach Wimmer and the bunch.
Absolutely, because, Coach Wimmer's not much of a guy that has much expression, but he had a little smile on his face last Monday when they beat Cathedral. So, and Westfield, Coach Jay Gilbert has done a great job over there in bringing that program back in Westfield, and that should still be a good football game because.
I was talking to somebody the other day, and he was talking about Fishers, and I said, a lot of people just couldn't believe, Fishers coming from behind and beating Cathedral by 10, and what Rick Wimmer has done in 10 years at the helm, just remarkable. And in his 4th season, they won a state championship over Lawrence Central in 2010. So, anything can happen. You see the same thing what Ron Qualls did with Heritage Christian, a young program, and see what Andrew Kramer did at Guerin Catholic before Tom Dilley has kind of just taken the reins over, as they built programs from the ground up. Fishers had to pretty much they got the kids who were in Fishers district, if you will, and kids that were younger in the school system. The older kids were able to finish out their high school days as a Southeastern Royal, but everybody else who was younger shifted over to Fishers, and we are set for kickoff.
Craig, this ought to be interesting because we're used to knowing a lot about both teams, and tonight we only know a little bit about one team and not anything about the other. So how they kick off and all that,
Speaking of kicking off, that's Cross Holmes, number 21, and he booms this one halfway into the end zone for a touchback and making a statement right away. And it's a little dark here in the press box. Might need to ask Brad if he's got a nightlight for us. So Southeastern will start at their own 20.
Malona B, quarterback, number 11. He leads the Hoosier Crossroad Conference in passing. He's just shy of 2,000 yards on the season.
And speaking of passing, he passes out there to Matt Klink in the flat, and it'll be just about 4 yards shy of a first down.
So it looks like 2nd and 4 for the Royals.
It's like Carter Lohman, number 10, carries the ball from the 31. Check that up to the 31.
Now
it's like he gained 7 yards, or check that 4 yards, and that's all he needed.
Mullet back to pass, out to the flats. Oh. Trey Poor on the catch for the Royals. Good enough for another first down, Craig.
Yep, he got 10.
Exactly 10, to be quite honest.
Handoff is to, I believe that was Trey Poor on the carry. He gets stood up by the middle of the Waubonsie Valley defense. Josh Dominic, number 9, a 6'1", 195-pound senior. Check that junior. He'll give him 1 on the carry.
Back to pass. Over the middle.
Up the middle, and that is completed to...
I think they're going to be a little shy of the first down there, Craig.
87, Nick Munchner. Picks up 9, and Adam Mullet having a great
good
first drive
right
from the pocket, and he's back there in the pistol with Poor. Hands it off to Trey Poor this time. He'll try and bust it outside. Goes across the numbers, down inside the 45. He gets about
run.
6.
Yep. And another Royals first down. Royals moving the ball real well, Craig, down the field here.
If I'm not mistaken, that's 4 first downs so far. 2 passing and 2 rushing. Mullet passes in the flat again, and that is Carter Lohman. Finds some room in the open field, and another first down. Looks like he picked up 12 there to Carter Lohman.
Yes, he did. Nice run.
Might have to use the
old
flashlight on my phone. Handoff this time is to Stevens, Lance Stevens.
He used to play for the Pacers, Lance Stevens.
Lance Stevenson. Oh. I think he played against them the other night when they played the Pelicans.
He didn't want to talk about it either.
Picked up 1 yard, did Stevens. Back to pass, Adam Mullet again to Carter Lohman down to the 30. Toughest catch he'll make all night for a yard. But not to jinx him, but he's
got 3rd and 7 for the Royals here.
At the 30 of Waubonsie Valley. Back in comes Poor. Stevens over to the sideline. Back to pass, and the flat again, this time to Poor. Poor finds room, jukes the defender, and he looks like he's about a yard shy of the first down.
Poor's took a couple hard hits here early. Tough kid, though.
Kyle Schroeder, 35 on the tackle. 6 foot, 170-pound linebacker. Mullet keeps it and tries to get it, but they stop him.
Craig, we have light.
Yep. I'll have to thank the gentleman to my left. And that is a turnover on downs at the 24.
Well, Craig, Royals really came marching down the field, and came to a screeching halt there on the 24-yard line.
That puts the Waubonsie Valley Warriors in position at their own 24. And their quarterback tonight will be number 5, Tanner Westwood. Passes,
pass
and that
out.
ball is dropped out in the flat.
Little fake dive up the middle there, Craig, and flipped a pass out the outside, but the receiver couldn't hang on to it. It was low, though, but.
It'll be interesting to see who we'll see skill-wise tonight. Talked to some coaches before the game, and gave me a whole slew of players they may see on the field. Fakes the handoff and goes up the middle, and that is wide open. Number 12, that is Will Isdell, all the way to the 33 of Hamilton Southeastern. 43 yards to Isdell.
He got a step on Holsom, and he was off to the races. Holsom was lucky to catch him there.
So Isdell with a 43-yard pickup. Neither team afraid to pass on the other tonight as the Warriors in business. Hands the ball off this time, and looks like Ashford, number 25, on the carry, and he is knocked for a loss. Nate Ashford, a 5'8", 170-pound junior tailback.
He is low to the ground, Craig.
Yeah, it reminds me of a tailback that we've seen the past couple weeks. Tyler Gonzalez for Noblesville. Really kind of that downhill runner, if you will. So that'll be a loss of 5 as the Royals sniff that one out. 2nd and 15 at the Royals 37. And they're going to call a timeout. Talk about this one.
Well, I think that one thing they know that, the Royals are 6-1 in a very good football area, so they don't want to make any mistakes because I'm sure they probably realize that they're not going to get many chances like they just did on that big 45-yard pass.
And looking at the teams that they play in where they're at in the suburbs of Chicago, they'll play, playing Lake Park, Glenbard North, Neuquoit Valley, Naperville Central, Wheaton-Warrenville South, Wheaton North, and Naperville North. Usually it's a pretty solid area, and you see a lot of college players come out of. Is that a picture of Lance Stevenson on that?
Yeah.
How ironic was that? Back to it. 7:15 left first quarter. We are scoreless here at Reynolds Royal Stadium. Handoff. Westwood. No, pitches.
Option.
Out. That is 23, Josh Lemoyne. And toughest 3 yards that he will ever run. Check that 4, rather. Three yards down to the 30-yard line. Big 3rd down and 7 as he picked up 3 yards on that long run from the right hash. Westwood back now in the pocket. Has time, goes, and wide open is number 88. That is Charles Robinson. Touchdown, Chuck Robinson.
Wow. That was quite a run right there. Quite a catch. I tell you, Westwood could throw the ball now.
Yeah, Tanner Westwood is 2 of 3 for 73 yards and a touchdown so far. .21 Cross Holmes puts the PAT through, and with 6:25 left first quarter, Waubonsie Valley 7, Hamilton Southeastern 0. I honestly think Hamilton Southeastern picked an opponent that's going to challenge them. and get them ready for Brownsburg next week.
Well, and the one thing, it's just like Coach May said to me on this week's interview, the one thing of the film that they had seen that this opponent's going to play much like Brownsburg next week. Because Hunter Johnson, again, is a great quarterback and has good receivers. So
yeah, Hunter Johnson, the
Clemson.
Verbal commit to Clemson, who you keep seeing them on national TV every Saturday night. You know, they couldn't fully get it going on the ground, but with a 43-yard pass to Will Esdale to get things into Southeastern territory, and then obviously that 30-yard touchdown pass from Tanner Westwood to Charles Robinson. Robinson, 6'4", 210. Reminds me of another Robinson that played around here a couple years ago, Jacob Robinson for Westfield. As Cross Holmes is set to kick off at his own 40. That ball booted out of the end zone and way over Trey Poor's head for a touchback, and then Hamilton Southeastern will start again at their own 20-yard line. Looks like Perry's chasing down some scores for us on Twitter to keep us up to date.
Thank you.
The Royals have the ball here at IU Health Field at Reynolds Royal Stadium. Mullet back in the pocket, swings it, and that is Max Brooks. Check that. Matt Klink. Get Max Brooks and Matt Klink mixed up. Second catch by Matt Klink. This one for 6 also. He's got two for 12 yards now.
2nd and 4 for the Royals.
Fakes the handoff, and now Mullet going to go up the sideline. Carter Lohman couldn't get to it. And that's the first incompletion for Adam Mullet. Looks like covering him on the play was 28, Derek Lee.
Did a good job, and he had him covered really well.
6 foot and $150 is Derek Lee. And it'll be 3rd down and 4 for Hamilton Southeastern. We'll give Max Brooks, I say his name, he gets a catch. 8 yards for Brooks, and that's the 4th first down by passing for the Royals so far. 2 by rushing, and this one in the flat. Check out the middle to Muchner, and he makes a nice 13-yard pickup. Mullet back again out in the flat. Gets this one connected to number 8, Matt Klink. It's like a 4-yard pickup. Check that, they'll give him 5 up to midfield. I think it took a quick sniffing each other out and, you know, kind of like a couple of dogs getting to know each other.
Yeah.
And this one is Trey Poor, bounces outside of the pile of linemen, and he
I think he may be a little short.
Gets about 3 yards on the carry. So he's up to 10 yards on 3 jaunts. Big 3rd down and about a yard and a half. As they spot this between the 46 and 47 of Waubonsie Valley.
Into the first
Mullet
quarter.
Back, escapes the pocket, almost had. Throws one up the sideline. Max Brooks, no. Brooks looking for pass interference there on 28 Derek Lee, but not the case. And it'll be 4th down. Looks like the Royals will punt as 93 Zach Zuber going to be out there to punt for Southeastern.
Craig,
and Zuber's punt hits at about the 17 and going to bounce to around the 13-yard line, make that down near the 10. I'll mark that at the 11, actually.
The score just right down the road here, Craig, is Fishers 10, Westfield 2. In Brownsburg, Noblesville and Brownsburg are tied at the end of the first quarter, 0-0.
Wow. Looks like the Millers came to play D. So Waubonsie Valley back to it at their own 11 as Zuber's punt rolled down to the 11. Hand off, up the middle. Nate Ashford. They'll probably get, looks like about generous. They gave him 2 yards as he literally ran right into the pile.
Lawrence Central trails Ben Davis 14-13.
Wow. They got a big one down in the MIC Conference. Carmel is at Warren Central tonight at Warrior Stadium.
And Carmel trails 19-14.
Interesting.
Wow, he's
and
wide
Charles
open.
Robinson wide open, and he is off to the races. 30, 20, 10, 5, touchdown. But we do have a flag in the backfield. They're using pink flags tonight. It's a pink out. They're doing the same thing at Fishers as well.
That'll mess me up now.
Hey, right?
You can't always see it, can you?
Well, instead of yellow, almost like soccer, yellow flag. So this is going to come back, unfortunately. That would have been 87 yards to the house for Robinson's second touchdown.
Craig, I'm sure there are Brownsburg scouts here, and for certain the Royals have been a little exposed with the arm of Mr. Hunter Johnson and the receiving core he has is
Hunter Johnson. I think it may be a little bit bigger in stature from the 5'10", $155 that Westwood is. But they're all the same style. Kind of that gunslinger.
I would say our real good buddy Matt Allfeld is going crazy right now. What do you think?
So it'll be a 2nd and 13 on the 8-yard line of the 5-yard mark off. And up the middle, a handoff to Ashford. Trying to make a little room. And
well, that penalty was big, Craig.
Yep. Ashford having a tough time so far.
Ron Colley's leading Decatur Central 19-0 with 3:40.
Tell you what, Bruce Cybers does a tremendous job down there on the south side of Roncalli. Big 3rd and 13 at the 8. Westwood, play action fake. He's going to go long.
Whoa.
This one, he's double covered this time and picked off.
Intercepted.
That is number 11. Is that Adam Mullet? Nope. Up 32, Brock Burns. 32, Brock Burns with the INT.
Burns is a hard-nosed football player, man.
Southeastern in good field position this time at their own 39. The previous 2 possessions were touchbacks, so they started their own 20. Mullet, he gets picked off. That is number 10, Nick Lamoso, and Nick Lamoso is going to find his way into the end zone.
Penalty flag here.
Yep.
I think a block in the back. It was close. I wasn't sure he was going to call it.
He's pleading it. He's pleading in his case.
I bet that's not going to do any good.
Those pink flags are a little deceiving.
Craig, I know number 2's pleading his case, but I don't believe that. But for one thing about it, Mullet's had a great season so far, but he has been picked 11 times. So, number 12 now. So that's 2 touchdowns called back here in the last minute and a half, right?
The pitch to Ashford. He'll try and bring it out. There's another flag and a fly out from the side judge on the east side of the field.
Second quarter, Brownsburg's picked up 2 quick touchdowns, and they lead 14-0 with 2:50 left in the half.
Something must have sparked, and they went with it.
Well, when you have a quarterback like Hunter Johnson, you can do those things very, very quickly.
Tough task over on the west side for sure for Grant Bullard and the gang of Noblesville's defense. Back to it. And incomplete pass.
Craig, I don't think this is
another flag. Going to be pass interference.
I don't think this is really the type of game we thought we were going to see out here. Well,
it doesn't seem like so far that either team is sleeping on each other, if you will.
No, they're putting the ball in the air.
Yep, they're not afraid to air it out for sure, as we've seen both teams so far. Both teams kind of with these spread offenses. Handoff, fake, and it's a pitch in the option to number 23, Josh Lemoyne.
He's our leading. He's only a sophomore.
Lemoyne picks up 4 on that carry. We're under 2 minutes left first quarter. 2nd and 1 at Southeastern's 22-yard line. Waubonsie Valley knocking on the door again. And they're trying to put the host Royals in a hole here. As in the pistol with twins right. Westwood hands it off to Ashford. He gets down to the 20. That'll be a 2-yard pickup. And the first rushing first down. And probably the most solid of his 4 carries so far for Nate Ashford.
Craig, it's a great crowd here at Hamilton Southeastern with it being homecoming. It's people are everywhere on this side of the field.
You got it. Twins again here to the near side. Out the flat. The pitch, no gainer by Nate Ashford.
Craig,
that's going to bring out
play
third
you
down.
Don't see very often anymore, that big white pitch out there. With this front coming in here tonight, Craig, we apologize because the camera people are in the elements upstairs here.
They're having to get a grip on those cameras because we apologize, folks. The cameras are actually moving a little bit. Westwood back to pass, finds room, and there is Ashford. Oh, he can't handle it.
But just bear with us. We'll do the best we can on this camera work.
Third down and 11 at the 20-yard line. Check, that should be a 3rd and 10. Yep, we'd like to thank all of you for joining us tonight on our YouTube channel. Also on Facebook at our Facebook page, and all of you that have joined us at hctv1.com this evening. 35 ticks left, first quarter. 3rd and 11 at the Royals 20. Westwood up the middle, finds room and threads the needle there. That's Charles Robinson.
I'll tell you what, the little 5'11" quarterback's got an arm now, and he threaded a needle in there.
Yeah, he's
Westwood. He's a gunslinger.
So it's going to be first and goal at the 5, and this will be the final play of the quarter. I think he's going to time it out just right to get the last play. And there, Westwood throws it, and broken up on the play. It's going to be a pass interference they're going to call. Looks like Brock Burns, maybe, 32.
Yeah, Craig, I think you're right. It's going to be a pass interference in there.
Yep, they're going to call that. It's going to be half the distance, it looks like. Oh, are they? Okay, yeah, I was going to say he was facing north and going to look like he's going to march it off the wrong way. Kind of jealous, my parents, before the Concord at Northridge game tonight. Got to eat a little Amish food at Das Dutchman Essen House, like family style.
Sounds good.
Gotta love the home cooking there. First and goal, untimed down as Ashford tries for the second effort. He might have gotten down to the 1.
That's the end of the first quarter here.
Yep, we're through 1 quarter of play. It's Waubonsie Valley 7, Hamilton Southeastern 0. As Waubonsie Valley going to be second and goal as they'll try and score in the north end zone.
Craig, yeah, we want to thank our sponsors, Community Health Network, Smith's Jewelers, Church Hiddle and Anthem, Ivy Tech Community College, Mark HEIRBRANDT, Hamilton County Commissioner, Logan Street Signs and Banners, Noblesville Trophies, Indiana Restoration and Cleaning Service, and Erica's Place in 2 locations, Westfield and Cicero.
Yeah, Brad put me on the spot last week. Asked me what I would eat if I go to Erica's for breakfast. I said biscuits and gravy.
They have good biscuits
That's
and gravy.
a staple. What do you like at Erica's for breakfast?
I usually get 2 scrambled eggs and sausage. Hey,
like
score
a country boy.
Yeah. Score Avon 26, Zionsville 7 with 3:26 left in the first half.
So first play of the second quarter, up the middle and in for a touchdown. I believe that is a keeper by Tanner Westwood. So with just 4 seconds into the second quarter, looks like Cross Holmes going to try for the point after to put the Warriors up 14-0, and he drills that one right through. And the homestanding Southeastern Royals find themselves down 2 scores.
14-0. Tipton 10, Cass 7 at the halftime. Second quarter, Western's up over Heights 7-6.
Yeah, it'll be a tough one at Western. They're usually pretty decent on the gridiron.
McGuire Plummer gets another interception for the Millers.
I think he's got a handful of interceptions now. Trey Poor deep, along with, I believe, if I can see that number, Brock Burns maybe. Nope. And that's a low liner.
Oh,
dropped. Yeah, I'm not sure that's how that goes.
I'm not sure what.
I think that was Matt Klink. He caught the ball at the 12-yard line and dropped it on the turf, and the official back judge. That's yes. As I'm hearing to my left, that is a live ball, and he called it down. So I'm not sure. I mean, I kind of dumbfounded by that. Up the middle, past the Muchner is incomplete. Mullet 10 out of 13 so far tonight, Perry. And he spread it around to 5 different receivers so far.
He's got a good receiving core.
Yeah. Klink, Brooks, Poor, Muchner, Carter Lohman.
Wow, nothing there.
Handed it off. Oh, that's a little extra.
Wow. Too much there.
Trey Poor gets taken back from the 13. So that'll probably be a 15-yarder and an automatic first down. Wow. It looks like that tackle was Josh Dominiak, number 9. The 6'1" junior linebacker.
Halftime, Chittard 17, Guerin Catholic Golden Eagles 14. We knew that was going to be a good football game.
It's at one of the more hidden gems of high school football down at Arsenal Tech, Howard Longshore Stadium. Mullet back to pass, looking, going up sideline, and Klink. That's going to be out of bounds. Good objective. Because he's going to the other side. That's against Nick Lamoso, but Lamoso has already picked off a pass. So trying to test him again, bringing up second down. Yeah, I had the chance a few years ago to call some games down at Howard Longshore Stadium at Arsenal Tech, and that's just a beautiful stadium with that wall that borders the stadium. Mullet has trips here to the near side. And gets to Poor and a little jump pass up the middle, 30, 35, up to about the 39. That's 17 yards to Trey Poor. And a Southeastern first down, their 5th via the passing variety. So it's kind of positives like that I think Coach May's offense needs to get themselves going.
Get something on the board here.
Because a lot of these schools locally are on fall break now starting today, and that incomplete pass thrown under Max Brooks' outreached arms. Westfield creeping back up to Fishers. It's 10-9 Fishers. Westfield just scored a touchdown. We'll keep you updated on that. Brownsburg, Noblesville, and Zionsville and Avon. Up the middle, it's Trey Poor. Six-yard gain by Poor on the carry. Second down and 4 at the 45. A down marker across the way already has it on third down. Check that.
Nice run.
Poor carries that for 6. Up to Waubonsie Valley's 49 and the 6th. Check that. 3rd rushing first down. They've got 9 overall, 1 by penalty. 10.5 minutes until half. Mullet fakes it, and now he's going to go up the sideline. Carter Lohman open and right over his right shoulder. What a catch by Lohman.
Great catch right there by Mr. Lohman. Mullet put it up there too. Nice pass, nice catch.
Beautiful. Down to the 16-yard line. 36 on the pickup by Carter Lohman.
This should give the Royals a little bit of
huge confidence boost on this drive for sure.
Absolutely.
As they are down to the 16 of Waubonsie Valley. Yep, and they'll audible. They've got 10 seconds left on the play clock. Plenty of time. Mullet barks out another signal. Now Lohman's in the backfield.
Timeout.
Coach May and company want to call a timeout. They started this drive at their own 13-yard line, and they are down to the 16-yard line of the Warriors and looking, threatening the Warriors to score their first touchdown are the Royals.
Halftime score, Fishers 10, Westfield 9 at the half.
Hey, you just heard an update from our Brad Silbert. 19-14, Warren Central up on Carmel. Warren Central 6-1. Their lone loss, the Cincinnati Colerain, by 7. 2nd down and 10 at the 16 of Waubonsie Valley.
A little bit different for the Greyhounds. They're 4-3. That's very unusual.
Crazy to think. Lohman with a direct snap, a little wildcat look, even with Mullet in there. Check that was a keeper. Yeah, Mullet was not out there. So 2 yards on the pickup by Lohman. That'll bring up 2nd down and 7 at the 14 of Waubonsie Valley. And here's Lohman on the end around. Finds room up inside the 15, down to the 11. 3 yards on the carry that time.
Halftime at Warren Central 19, Carmel 17.
19-17. And
not much room over there.
Trey Poor gets down to about the 7. That's going to bring up 4th down and 1. Fourth and 1 at the 7 of, excuse me, the 7 of Waubonsie Valley. And obviously in 4-down territory, they want to go for this. Twins here to the near side. Mullet hands it off to Poor with, almost lost that football. Carried it like a loaf of bread. He gets down to the 5, a 2-yard carry. That'll make it 1st and goal at the 5-yard line for Hamilton Southeastern at the Warriors 5. Handoff again to Poor, trying to find room, and he waltzes right into the end zone. Touchdown, Trey Poor. So Trey Poore cuts the deficit in half. It's 14-6 before.
A big confidence booster there for the Royals, Craig.
Yep, huge confidence booster. Tyler Melzer, number 94, on to kick. The hold by Mullet, and that thing is booted right through and good. They cut the deficit in half, and it's Waubonsie Valley 14, Hamilton Southeastern 7, 8:27 left until halftime.
Craig, let's thank our sponsors a little bit. Ivy Tech prepares Indiana residents to learn, live, and work in a diverse and competitive environment. To answer any questions on enrolling or general information, you can visit their website, www.ivytech.edu, or call them at 317-921-4300. Community Health Network. Community Health is Central Indiana's leader in providing healthcare services where and when patients need them. If you have any questions, you can contact the Community Health at 317-355-7775. About to kick off here, the Royals. Also, Church Hiddle Anthem. From personal injury claims to complex business liquidations to divorce cases, Church Hiddle Anthem are there to protect individuals.
Melzer kicks it to the 1. It looks like that's Charles Robinson, and he gets out to the 19. They'll give him the 20-yard line. And they'll take over at their own 20 with 8:22 left until half. So back out there, Tanner Westwood. He's got Ashford in the backfield. Twins here to the near side. Single receiver to the far, and Ashford had the backfield. Oop, no. Faked him out. And that ball was completed to 23, Josh Lemoyne.
I think he's.
Oh, they're going to replay the down. Wow. Play completely faked out. I'm going to say 95% of the people here. So good catch by Lemoyne. The fake the handoff to Ashford, and he was just drilled by a few linemen. So here's the real 1st and 10 at the 20. And Westwood nowhere to go, and he is tackled for a loss by 19, Madison Norris. That'll be about a 3-yard loss.
That score's really pumped up that Hamilton Southeastern defense.
Second down 13 at their own 17 for Waubonsie Valley. Trying to get Southeastern to jump off. Westwood looking out in the flat, finds Ashford. He'll catch it off balance, and he is clear back. Forward progress to the 15, so it's a negative 2-yard catch.
Halftime, Avon 26, Zionsville 14.
It's like Avon is woken up, and they'll play at Noblesville next week. That'll be our game of the week, and our second game next week will be Brownsburg at Hamilton Southeastern.
And for that game, we'll have the golden voice of Brad Silver.
You know it. Westwood back to pass, finding room. He escapes the pocket, and as he throws, he gets drilled. And that ball is great coverage.
Absolutely great.
By number 13, Austin Holzum. So good breakup on the play by Austin Holsum. And it'll be 4th and 15 from the 15 for Waubonsie Valley. And looks like we'll see the punter out there, which will be number 12, Drew Isdell. And he was the guy who that pass was intended for, so he may be a little gassed trying to get this punt.
Yep.
But he's a senior, so he's probably used to it by now. He's back at his own goal line. That ball is almost blocked.
Get away
Burns
from
almost touched that, but going to be downed by number 8, Connor Yukna. So it'll be 1st down and 10. Hamilton Southeastern at the 45 of Waubonsie Valley. Their first start of a drive. Oh, that ball snapped between the legs of Mullet, and he's going to be down clear back at the 41. So that's going to be 9. Ouch. 14 yards on the loss.
So 2nd and 25.
Wow. Definitely not ready for that one, or the center just didn't get in the air on that. So it'll be 2nd and 24 at the 41, a 14-yard loss. Mullet trying to make up yardage and gets it to Klink. He's across midfield, and now he's about 7 yards shy of a 1st down.
Good play right there by Mullet.
17 yards on the pickup to Matt Klink. 3rd down and 7.
5:56 left to go in the half.
Mullet fakes the handoff to Poor. Looking, and goes up the middle and picked off. That is Charles Robinson, number 88. And he's trying to find room and weaving, bobbing all over the field. Across the 40, 45, and he's up to the 48.
He kind of floated that, Craig. That was quite obvious that was going to be picked off there.
Looks like Robinson and Lamosa are both relishing and playing both ways of the ball.
Yes.
So 6 incompletions now for Mullet. One of those was that interception. He has another as well. Keeper by Westwood, and he loses a yard.
Yep, nothing there.
Westwood tried a little maneuver and couldn't find any room. We'll bring up 2nd and 11 at their own 47. So they've got good field position, and they want to see if they can get some points on the board. Westwood, pass, beautiful catch, wow. Will Isdell, 23 yards on the pickup. Not bad, 2 catches, 66 yards for Will Isdell. I believe he also plays defensive back and punts for the Warriors.
You know, the one thing about it, Craig, is there's being some good routes run. They got
and like you
the
said,
receiver.
You've said a couple times, they're not afraid to throw the ball long and up the middle or down the sideline. Fakes the handoff to Ashford, and Westwood has had the backfield. Look like by 55, Zach Randall, and 34, Johnny May. Two yards on the loss by Westwood.
Craig, we want to thank all our viewers here tonight. Those people who could not be here tonight, certainly hopefully you're enjoying the game at home or wherever you are on your mobile devices.
Ashford up the middle, gets down to about the 27-yard line.
One thing about it now, Craig, is we got it on YouTube, we got it on Facebook, and we got it on hctv1.com. You don't have any excuses to find a way to watch a game.
Yeah, I threw a tweet out there for the Waubonsie folks. Hopefully they've joined us this evening, as their players and coaches had a pretty good sized bus trip this afternoon. 3rd and 7. Ashford gets down, and that's no gain. I think you're right. Southeastern's defense has woken up here in the latter stages of the first half. We're under 3 minutes till half, and it's going to be a 4th down and a long 7. And this looks like 4-down territory, as now they're going to bring in 87, Richie Pools, a 6'2", 200-pound tight end. They need 7 yards down to the 20-yard line. Here we go. Westwood in the pistol with Ashford, and they're going to burn their second timeout. Why not? They've got one more after this if they need to take one.
Got a timeout here, Craig. Let's thank a few of our sponsors while we got a second here. Smith's Jewelers, they're on the square in downtown Noblesville on 98 North 9th Street. Smith's Jewelers has been serving Hamilton County, including Noblesville, Fishers, Westfield, and Carmel, for over 65 years. Many jewelry stores have come and gone, yet Smith's remains. If you were to ask how and why, the answer would be our outstanding jewelry selection and customer service. The knowledgeable staff at Smith's Jewelers is eager to give our customers a memorable and positive experience. You can contact them at 317-773-3383 or go online at smithsonthesquare.com.
So back to it out of the timeout. 4th and 7 at the Southeastern 27. They need 7 as they're going to continue, and fakes the handoff to Ashford, and Westwood on his back foot will throw it, and going up to the ball. What a catch.
Number 15, is that it? Yeah.
Looks like that was 15. Eric Esch. Wow.
Eric Esch, what a catch. He had 2 Southeastern defenders right there with him, and he just sort of out-jumped them all.
Eric Esch goes up for that like a jump ball, and Ashford trying to find room on the outside. He is pummeled at the 10-yard line. Drops the yard on that. Back to the 10, so it'll be 2nd and goal at the 10. Yeah, at 5'11", I think Eric Esch could probably still take an alley-oop for a dunk in the wintertime. 2nd and goal at the 10 for the Warriors. Handoff, fake. Westwood up the middle and fights his way through, and he gets 10 yards for a touchdown. That's Westwood's 2nd rushing touchdown.
And a nice bit of running right there by Westwood.
And what did he do? He kept his legs moving.
Yes.
So, Cross Holmes on for the PAT.
Western 15, Heights 13.
It's like a back and forth affair up in Kokomo at Western High School, and the kick's good. 1:20 left until half, and it's Waubonsie Valley 21, Hamilton Southeastern 7.
Harrison 14, Kokomo 0. Brad's playing one of my all-time favorites right there, Joe.
Theme song of the '84 Cubs.
That's right. Logan Street signs and banners. You can call them at 317-773-7200. They specialize in last-minute signage and banners, serving Noblesville and Hamilton County since 1992. You can contact them at 317-773-7200. And I assure you that this week, Jim has been greatly tested by last-minute signage for in the Noblesville sign shop. Great weather here tonight. Live ball.
I believe that was Matt Klink. That ball right to him.
I think he would have a little bit better hands than that.
And luckily enough, he dove right on that. Good field position. They start this drive at their own 36-yard line with a minute 19 left here until halftime. Homecoming tonight here at Reynolds Royal Stadium. Mullet completes this one, and that's going to be number 8, Matt Klink. Gains 4 up to the 40. Oh, wow.
Wow.
Looks like that was supposed to be an slanting up by Brooks, and he didn't make the up.
Little communication.
So it'll be a big 3rd down and 6 at their own 40. Carter Lohman here to the near side. Looks like Brooks and Klink to the far. Under a minute. Going to be a false start, and you see Mullet with the ball in his hand and kind of just hits it. A little frustration, understandably. So the bad thing for the Royals, they're going to have to kick off to start the 3rd quarter as they receive the opening kickoff. So yeah, cool thing that you brought up on Twitter a little bit ago. Bud Wright going for win number 400 of his career. Mullet back to pass, and that's
wow.
Tip, and no rip as it's off the hands of 87 Nick Muchner and off the tall hands of Charles Robinson. And it's going to be 4th down and 11 at the 35. Zach Zuber to punt. 21-14 is our count. Waubonsie Valley of Aurora, Illinois. Nice smiling punt. Bounces into the front corner of the end zone.
Be a touchback.
But a huge punt nonetheless. 55-yard punt. Wow. .4 seconds left until halftime.
Our good friend Rich Torres is covering New Palestine Newcastle game. New Pal 21, Newcastle nothing.
Boy, New Pal just keeps putting points up. They know how to do it over there.
Oh, yeah.
So it looks like they're going to take a knee here and end the half. And run this clock out.
Pike 21, North Central 12.
That's a battle for the beaten,
yeah,
if you will, in the MIC conference as.
Yeah, who's going to take that bottom spot?
It looks like Garrett Catholic has retaken the lead on Bishop Chittard there.
Yeah, 21-17. The Golden Eagles up.
And our score at halftime, Waubonsie Valley 21, Hamilton Southeastern 7. As we will take a break and let you all take in the homecoming festivities here at Reynolds Royal Stadium. Waubonsie Valley 21, Hamilton Southeastern 7. We'll be back in just a little bit here on Hometown Television.
We all have our own story about community.
I truly felt that each doctor, technician, and nurse had the same goal: provide exceptional care and make it simple.
Because of my chronic illness, I have an entire team on my side.
With Community's My Chart, I keep track of everything.
When community says exceptional care, simply deliver it. Those aren't just 4 words at the end of a TV spot.
It's for community patients at the end of a TV spot.
Telling you to believe every word.
You know, when Margaret and I decided to sell the old estate here, we had only one choice in signage: Logan Street signs and banners. Conveniently not located on Logan Street anymore, but rather located on 10th Street on the south side of Noblesville. Well, we sold the old beauty, and we were able to buy this wonderful estate. And we had so much money left over, I was able to buy this beautiful 1968 Eldorado Cadillac for Margaret. Only 472,000 miles. Margaret loves it because it's got those big seats and that heavy-duty suspension to support her svelte frame. Next time you're looking for signs or banners, call old Jim at Logan Street Signs and Banners, 773-7200. Conveniently not located on Logan Street anymore.
At Community is a lot like sailing. Navigators have to read the wind without seeing the wind.
The breast care navigator will follow the patient and their family through the continuum of care.
My nurse navigator was always there.
Just to be an advocate for that patient.
You need the biggest support system that you can, and to know that you have one other person there who can help you through it is definitely something that is amazing.
Yesterday, all of HSC enjoyed a great pep rally, which included recognition of the fall sports and organizations, a dance-off between the varsity fusion dance team and Rory, a magical Quidditch match, and MCs Max Forrest and Olivia Cagley hosted. Homecoming week will conclude tomorrow night with the Homecoming Dance, which will continue with the theme of Beneath the City Lights. In 1967, tickets were only 75 cents a person, or $1.25 per couple. Though ticket prices have gone up a bit, students this year will get a memento keychain, a DJ, 3 hours of dancing, and refreshments provided at Palliser's Deli. Of course, no homecoming celebration will be complete without the homecoming court. Please draw your attention to the 50-yard line, where we will soon Lauren Harris and Connor Hale. Now for the sophomore court representatives. Audrey Andrich and Sophia Kegley, escorted by Cedric Tracer. Alina Kirksack and Connor Texler. And Claire Slough and Alex Crane. This year's junior court representatives include Claire Casey, escorted by Nathan Brown. Nicole Graham, escorted by Tom Simmons. Grace Hamilton and Darren Gafari. Abby Pereira and Nick Bassetti. And Jenny Tura, escorted by James Henderson. Ladies and gentlemen, here they are, your senior class representatives for the 2016 homecoming year. Olivia Burgess, Jennifer and Brian Burgess. Olivia is in Key Club, Connections Club, and is on the Principal's Advisory Council. The past 3 years, Olivia has been on the varsity volleyball team, hoping to win state this year. Olivia plans on attending college to major in communications. She is exploring her options in order to continue her volleyball career in college. She can't wait to see what God has in store for her. And Max Burris, represented here by his father and Burris. Max has had a separate community service for the senior class, 2-time member of National Wrestling, a member of the Principal's Advisory Council, and Student Executive Council. Max plans on engineering, majoring in engineering when he attends college in the fall. Next up, we have Julia Dewell, daughter of John and Jessica. Julia is a class officer, a member of the National Honor Society and the Principal's Advisory Council, a wildlife leader, a counselor for Camp Tecumseh, and a political spirit leader. Julia will be attending the University of Alabama, majoring in nursing on the pre-med track. She is escorted by Zach Ramsey, represented by his grandfather, Ron Ramsey. He is the son of Trisha and Scott Ramsey. Zach is a 4-time letterman in lacrosse, 3-time lacrosse captain, 2-time letterman in football, and a member of the Student Athletic Council, and a 2-time All-State and All-Conference selection for lacrosse. Zach plans on attending Mount St. Mary's in Maryland to play Division I lacrosse and major in computer science.
He's hurt a couple weeks ago and he hasn't played since.
Up next, we have Olivia Kegley, daughter of Jennifer and Matt Kegley. Olivia is involved in Young Life and is a wildlife leader. She is a scholar athlete, a member of the Student Athletic Council, National Honor Society, the Principal's Advisory Council, and has served as class president for 2 years, was on the volleyball team for 3 years, and this will be her 4th year on varsity basketball. She is also a blooper leader. Olivia hopes to attend Indiana University and major in secondary education to teach social studies and special education. She is escorted by Zach Keith-Miller, son of Sandra and Scott Keith-Miller. Zach is a varsity swimmer, a member of the Student Athletic Council, Principal's Advisory Council, and the National Honor Society. Zach is also a recipient of the prestigious Douglas Award and has earned a Set a Good Example Award. Zach plans on swimming in college, majoring in biochemistry or kinesiology, and plans on going pre-med. And up next, we have Caroline Curtis, daughter of Lynn and Tim Kirchner. Caroline is a 4-year varsity volleyball player, a 3-year class officer, currently serving as director of funds, and is a member of the Principal's Advisory Council and an executive council member. Caroline plans on continuing her volleyball career at Eastern Illinois University and plans to major in education. Tonight she is escorted by Lucas Hamilton, son of Debbie and Patty Hamilton. Lucas is a manager for the HSE band camp, and he has taken 9 art classes over his high school career. Lucas is applying to IUCUI and Ball State University. He hopes to get into Aaron School of Art and earn a degree in sequential art. He looks to pursue a career as a graphic novelist. Up next, we have Peyton Sadler, daughter of Jamie and Chuck Sadler. Peyton is the senior class vice president, a member of the Ski and Snowboard Club, DECA, and a freshman mentor. Peyton plans on majoring in marketing and communication at Miami of Ohio University. Peyton hopes to travel abroad in college. Her goals include being an actress and starting her own business. Tonight, she is escorted by Travis Welch, grandson of Geraldine and Albino Manson. Travis is a member of Crew, DECA, the Video Game Club, the Black Student Union, and he is a freshman mentor. He is also a musician, an entertainer, and artist, and plays the guitar. Travis hopes to attend Miami University and major in marketing and entrepreneurship. He wants to open a business, Performer's Palace, and he would love to travel to Hawaii, Florida, Puerto Rico, and Japan. Up next, we have Hannah Schick, daughter of Nikki and Alex Schick. Hannah is a member of Royal Edition Choir, including the People Team, Tea Club, Young Life, the 18th Capstone Program, Harry Potter Club, and is a cadet teacher. Hannah plans on attending Indiana University to study elementary education. Tonight, she is escorted by Scott McClanahan. He is the son of June and Alan McClanahan. Scott is a counselor for Camp Tecumseh, a freshman mentor, and he makes his own short films. Scott hopes to attend Indiana University to major in marketing with a minor in media studies. He aims to use his talent in filmmaking to help him in the field of advertising. And last but not least, we have Abby Stansberry, daughter of Paula and Scott Stansberry. Abby is a 4-year member of Student Council, this year serving as president, a 7th Example Award recipient, and a member of the Spanish Honorary. Abby plans on attending Indiana University and studying human biology. After her undergraduate degree, she plans on going into IU's Physician's Assistant program and wants to practice medicine in a hospital setting. She is escorted by Nate Branson, son of Teresa and Michael Branson. Nate is a 4-year member of Student Council, this year serving as vice president, captain of the speech and debate teams, and a captain of the League of People Unit. He is also an AP scholar with the state. Nate plans on studying marketing at Indiana University's Kelley School of Business, as well as intelligence systems engineering. He plans on taking a hiking trip with friends in Maine or Colorado this coming summer. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2016 homecoming king is Travis Welch.
Westfield's back up 16-10. They're up 16-10. Mid-third. Oh my.
Your 2016 homecoming queen is Peyton Sadler. Go Royals!
And we're back here live at IU Health Field at Reynolds Royal Stadium. It's halftime on homecoming night for the Royals, and I'd say a pretty big homecoming for that class of 81 state championship from the 3A state champs. Kind of cool they've lit up the softball and baseball fields. A busy weekend here at Hamilton Southeastern, to say the least, Perry. Tonight we've got the homecoming game versus Waubonsie Valley, as the Royals are trailing in this one 21-7, and will kick off to the Warriors here in the third quarter. And also a busy weekend on hometown television, as tomorrow cross-country sectional start at 10:30, I believe.
Yes.
And followed by, and I believe that sectional is going to be at Noblesville, correct?
Yes.
And over there at White River at their beautiful cross-country course. And just north of it at 2 p.m., we'll have the Class 2A Sectional 16 Girls Soccer Sectional Championship at 2 o'clock, as Hamilton Southeastern will take on Noblesville in girls action. And then back over here in boys action at 7 p.m. I said, well, why don't we have the boys and girls play? So Hamilton Southeastern and Noblesville boys will play in 2A16 boys soccer sectional championship action at 7 o'clock. Busy day all across the board.
Craig, a couple of scores here. Carmel's taking the lead on Warren Central.
Oh, wow.
So the Greyhounds are up 20-19. And a big score in the state of Indiana. I think all eyes are on a single A football coach, Larry Bud Wright. He's going for number 400 tonight.
Yeah,
that's an amazing feat.
Oh, yeah, I mean, that is an unreal feat.
50 years at that school.
Yeah, good God.
And what a gentleman. We are blessed every Monday night to listen to Larry Bud Wright break down a football game.
And like we keep saying, he's one of those coaches where you can give him, so what did so-and-so do? Well, you know, and you don't really have to say a whole lot because Coach Wright, he knows what to say, you know, and
he can probably tell you what the game was like 2 or 3 years down the road when they played.
He's just such an insightful coach, and it's been, so far an absolute honor to be able to spend Monday nights. I feel bad that I've had some obligations at Noblesville on Mondays the past couple weeks, but this Robinson barely handles this kick, and he'll get it on out to about the 23-yard line where he's brought down, and Waubonsie Valley will take over for their first drive of the second half.
So what a festivity here at half, though, Craig, with the crowning of the king and queen and great homecoming festivities. And let's see what kind of adjustments Coach May has made on both sides of the ball here.
So 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line for the Warriors. And faking that, actually does hand it off to Ashford.
That has not been a great success tonight in the running game. The Royals have done a great job there, as they have all season long. It's very, very tough to run against that. We got a battle right down the road here, Craig. Fishers and Westfield. Fishers is taking back the lead, and it's 17-16.
So a dogfight between Westfield and Fishers. We've got one here as the Royals defense is woken up, and that is number 19. Holy cow, what a play there by Madison Norris. As he came from behind, and he was on a mission for Westwood.
Craig, it's kind of in this little small area here tonight in high school football. We got 4 legends broadcasting the game. You and I here at this game, and Jerry Baker and Big Jam Bozier over at Fishers.
Yeah, they've got the Shamrocks and the Tigers tonight, and quite a battle they've got on their hands.
Of course, they got a few years on us.
Couple. And Westwood fakes the handoff. This time he's going to go long up the sideline. That is Robinson. And check that. That is 15, Eric Esch, the intended receiver. Overthrows Esch. 4th and 8 now.
There is no doubt that Westwood's a gunslinger, man. He can let it go.
Yeah, Westwood. I'm going to have to ignore. Oh, we've got a penalty.
Looks like it could be against the Royals.
It sounds like it's against Hamilton Southeastern. So from the 25 on sportsmanlike conduct, as he's got both arms out to his.
That's huge, right
there. So that
there.
brings back
automatic
Waubonsie
first
Valley's
down.
offense and Southeastern's defense. They'll mark that off 15 yards up to the 40. So that's huge. Their first down by penalty. Up to the 40, 1st and 10. Ashford behind Westwood. And he'll hand it off to him. Up the middle he goes. Biggest run of the game so far. And we've got a flag coming in here in the defensive backfield. Great run there by Ashford. 16 yards on the carry from the 40 down to the 44, and that's going to keep moving.
Craig, you almost knew it was on Southeastern because there wasn't a single.
In the secondary where that flag came out. It is throwing us off with these pink flags.
Yeah.
Ashford tries to find room, and he might have gotten a yard.
But it was a tough yard.
2 minutes into the second half of play. Craig Atkins alongside Perry Williams. I believe upstairs we've got Will, Lucas, and Katie. Ben on our scoreboard, and Jim Wofford producing our broadcast tonight. Glad you've joined us, whether you're on YouTube, Facebook, or on HDTV1.com. Thank you for joining us this evening for this ball game. Westwood fakes the handoff. He's got room, and up the sideline, and
oh, yeah.
both defenders fell down, and so did, looks like, I believe that was Robinson, the intended receiver.
Craig, I'm not sure their feet just didn't get tangled.
Right.
I don't think the referee quite saw it that way.
Two defenders, and looks like they got tangled up with Robinson, not necessarily touching with hands, but they're going to call this a pass interference, so they'll mark this one off.
Another first down.
From the 38 down to the 23. So that's 2 penalties, 1 unsportsmanlike and 1 pass interference, so 30 yards and penalties so far this quarter. And Ashford, he gets down to looks like about
looks like Larry Bud Wright's opened that score up a little bit, 35-6. With 6 minutes left in the third quarter.
They may carry him off the field at Taylor tonight.
That'd be quite a sight, wouldn't it? Bud had his new hat on. Did you notice that? He had a nice little white hat on. Hey. Man, he's ready. He's probably got his good khakis on.
Oh, yeah, he's ready for that one. Second down and 8 at the Southeastern 21. 3 minutes into the third quarter. Westwood. And Esch with the catch. He goes out of bounds at about the 8, it looks like. Nope, check that. They'll make him out at the 11. Ten yards to Eric Esch on. Down to the 11, and they'll break huddle. They can get down to the 1 without scoring and get a first down. Ashford finds room up the middle.
Into the third quarter, Brownsburg 14, Noblesville 0. So no points were scored in the third. And actually those 2 scores, I believe, Brownsburg scored in the second quarter were just bang, bang.
Yeah, they were real quick. And then following that, looked like McGuire Plummer had that interception, but no score there. Through three quarters, 14-0 Brownsburg rather. Second and 4 at the 5. Ashford goes into the pile, and he is bent backwards. Gets down to the 4 maybe. So clock rolling, 3rd down and 4. Check that. Yes, 3rd down and 4. At the 5-yard line, ball spotted just inside the 5. Westwood gets the snap and into the end zone. That is number 12, Will Isdell.
Man, I'll tell you what. This has been quite a football game, and it's not exactly what I think the Royals were looking for.
Yeah, they obviously wanted some competition to come face them, and this team, for real, as Brad Silbert tells me, that they are from the upper west side of the suburbs in Aurora, and they're making their mark as it's 28-7. In favor of Waubonsie Valley. .7:28 left, third quarter, 28-7 Warriors up on the Royals. You know, looking at the Hoosier Heartland Conference schedule, looks like for that playoff they've got next week, and who knows, they may flip-flop it because Sheridan is on top of their division right now. But I think it'd be kind of cool if they shifted it and they get a home game next week, and if they can win that game, that'll be number 400 at Sheridan. And this one booted by Holmes and lands 2 yards shy of the back of the end zone and out. So Hamilton Southeastern's offense needs to wake up as they're down 3 scores, 7:28 left here in the third. And we'll probably see a little sense of urgency, Perry, as Mullet and company come out here. They have trips to the far side, looks like.
Yeah, they're definitely going to have to put the ball in the air.
And nothing doing there. That's 29, Tyler Fleming on the carry. Loses 2. Looks like I need to follow some up. False start going to be the call here.
Brownsburg up 21-0 at the end of the third quarter.
So it's pitting up to be as Brownsburg up 21-0, like Perry just said. Going to be Brownsburg and Hamilton Southeastern for the HCC title here at Reynolds Royal Stadium next Friday night.
Which we'll have broadcasts. Our special game, we added the Brownsburg Southeastern game here to next week.
Is this another false start?
Warren Central's up over Carmel 26-23 with 10:23 left.
Yep, he hadn't blown the whistle to start the play yet. So here we go, 2nd and 17 at their own 13. Mullet looking, and yep, and there the flag thrown as Klink goes to catch the ball. And number 9, Josh Dominiak, bumped for what looks to be a pass interference. So it's going to be up to the 28. That'll help out a lot. Makes it 2nd and 2. Handoff this time.
Oh, fumble.
Ball's on the turf, but he falls on it. That is Fleming again. He got to the 30 where they needed to.
That's a first down, I believe.
I think this is, they're going to measure, but this looks to be a first down. He's going to, yep. He said move those chains. Fleming gets himself back even with 2 carries. No yards, but that gets Southeastern a rushing first down. They're 5th of the game. And pass up the middle and over. Check that under, Matt Klink. Mullet 14 of 22 in the first half for $151, but had 2 picks that were crucial in resulting in a couple of Waubonsie Valley scoring drives. 2nd down and 10 at their own 30. Mullet hands the ball off. It's Fleming, and looks like he might get a couple yards here.
Westfield's come back and scored, so in the fourth quarter it's Westfield 22-17.
Sounds like
over Fishers.
Gotcha. It went for 2 and didn't get it. 22-17. Westfield back on top of Fishers, just up the road at 131st and Promise. Mullet in the flat finds Fleming. He gets up to about the 35-40. Oh, out of bounds about the 40. So he gets 17 yards on the pickup, does Fleming. And that's the 7th first down via passing, and what a run here. Fleming coming alive as he races all the way from the Royals 48. Check that. Correction on the score up the road. It's 24-17. Westfield up on Fishers.
Kokomo Wildcats win 17-14 over Harris. That puts them in a tie for first in the North Central Conference.
Right up there with Muncie Central. Trey Poore now in there at tailback, and he gets down to about the 33 where they'll mark it. 2 yards on the pickup, and that'll be a bring up.
Into the third quarter, Avon 40, Zionsville 21.
Looks like Coach Echevarria and company have unfortunately hit a rut in their season. A little up and down for Zionsville. 3rd and 4 at the 34 of Waubonsie Valley. 4:35 and ticking here in the third. Royals change the play. Oh! Ouch. Left tackle.
The Millers make a long drive and punch it in from the 1, and it's Brownsburg 21, Noblesville 7. Ooh, North Central's coming back against Pike. Pike 35, North Central 34 with 6:18 left to go in the fourth.
Like we said, a battle of the beaten as those two at the bottom of the MIC conference trying to fight their way to see who's not going to finish last.
I think Warren's showing us why they're number one.
Mullet back
wide
pass,
open.
finds straight Poore, 25-20, 15 down to about the 11-yard line.
Nice flag on the play, though.
Oh, no, we got a flag at 18-yard pickup on the pass play to Trey Poore. But what's going to happen? Pass interference on the offense. Oh, wow.
Wow.
You can obviously hear the disgruntled Southeastern fans in front of us. Beautiful play as Trey Poore found himself open, and Mullet found him up the sideline, and that would have been a beautiful 18-yard gain. Spot foul makes it only an 8-yard penalty. 3rd and 18 at the 48 of the Warriors. Mullet going to do it again.
He's going to try
this
it
time
again.
It's in and out of the hands of 83, Jerron Bond.
A nice throw by Mullet, though. I mean, it was. Craig,
Wow.
I think we're finding out why Warren Central's number one. They lead Carmel 32-23 with 9:14 left in the game.
Yeah, where they're almost not really invincible, but they're playing lights out. Oh, geez, this punt goes over the head. And that is a live ball. Oh, my. Oh, my. Couple different bad snaps tonight. One resulted in a 14-yard loss for Mullet, and this one, punt goes over the head.
Craig, this is tough. Not only is it homecoming, but they got a big game against Brownburg come next week, which will decide to who's your Crossroad championship.
And Brownsburg over on the west side hanging on to a 2-touchdown lead over Noblesville, 21-7.
I just saw Andrew Scheib punched it in from the 1 to get that touchdown for the Millers.
Good for him.
Westfield scores again, and they're up 31-17 over Fishers. You know, Craig, Westfield, 9 minutes left to go in the game on that Fishers Westfield. But Craig, you know that Westfield has got a tremendous running game. Those two running backs,
Freilich and
Sweden and Freilich are, you know, the best 1-2 punch I've seen for a while, to be quite honest, a running back.
Yeah. It's like Ashford will pick up 2 yards down to the 10-yard line. And Waubonsie Valley looking to bust this one completely open. Second and 8 at the Southeastern 10-yard line. 3:20 left, third quarter. Westwood barking out signals. Changes the delay of game going to be the call, as he ran out of time and didn't see it till the last second. So that's going to march it off 5 yards. Marching it off 5 yards from the delay game. Second and 13 at the 15. Westwood up. That's caught by Charles Robinson, and he is a tough cat, and he finds his way
end zone
across
touchdown.
the goal line and into the end zone.
Tipton final, Tipton 24, Cass 21. Haven't seen a score on the Golden Eagles for a while.
Last we saw was at 21-17 in the second quarter, gearing up on Chittard. The kick by Cross Holmes, up and good. 35-7 is the count. And Waubonsie Valley making a statement coming over from Aurora. And they've got a 4-touchdown cushion on
against
the host
a good
Royals.
Southeastern football team. .306 left, third quarter. It's 35-7 in favor of Waubonsie Valley. And like you said earlier, probably Warren's up 40-23 now with 7:14 left. So they're starting to pour it on.
So Cross Holmes set the kickoff once again. And hopefully they hang on up at Taylor. But well, I think we'll do it Monday as well. But we can go ahead and congratulate on the air live during his game. But
wow, this kicker,
Larry Bud Wright. I'll bet Cross Holmes is getting some attention somewhere for college.
He's
only a sophomore though. They may get him from the soccer team. Who knows?
Yeah.
But yeah, Coach Bud Wright, his 400th overall win. 399th win at Sheridan, on his way to it right now. And that'll be one of the big highlights of Monday night's coaches show. And Mullet keeping it himself, and that was a hard yard. Oh, we do have a player down. That is Adam Mullet. 2:56 left, third quarter. Craig Atkins, Perry Williams. Glad you've joined us. Beautiful night here in Fishers, Indiana. Oh, they are calling number 12, Cody Huppenthal, being thrust into action here. Officials called a timeout, so let's. So that name's familiar in South. Up, and they quickly snapped it, even though they had plenty of time. Yeah. Oh, offside on the defense. But penalties are aplenty tonight, Perry.
Yeah.
We've seen plenty of penalties. So that was one play. Mullet back in there. Said, Coach, I'm okay. Said, thanks, Cody, for going in there for that
Coach May
offside.
cannot be happy about
Mullet
tonight's performance.
back across
Nice
the middle.
catch.
Almost not caught, but caught by Matt Klink. What a catch.
That was a good catch by Klink.
From the 26 up to the 42, 16 yards on the pickup by Klink, and he gets his sixth catch of the night. 6 catches, 54 yards for Klink. That's an average of 9 per catch. Hands this one off, and that's Tyler Fleming. $16 on the carry. 16 seems to be the number. 16th first down for the Royals as they're marching. 2:10 left, third quarter. Fleming again, the handoff. Finds room across the 45. Stays on his feet to about the 43. 3 yards on the pickup. And did something extracurricular after the play happened? Face mask on the defense. Tack on another 15. So tack that on from the end of that run. From the 43 down to the 28. Mullet passes. Now Max Brooks has it. Catches the ball at the 27. Might have gotten another yard down to the 26. Two-yard pickup by Brooks. He's the one that's been blanketed all night, Perry. Only 2 catches for 10 yards.
Yeah.
Klink's got 6 for 54. Poor could have had his 4th catch for 51, but now Mullet up the middle. Oh, off the hands.
Almost
Boom, boom.
interception there.
Off the hands of Fleming and off the hands of Connor Yukna. It was just a bang bang, or Yukna could have picked that off for the 3rd time McDonald or Mullet would throw on.
Ethan Merriweather makes a 9-yard touchdown reception from McDonald, and so Warren Central's up 40-30 against the Greyhounds with 3:43 left.
Mullet time goes across the middle and into the hands
Nice
of
catch.
Matt Klink. Down to about the 5-yard line, 26 yards on the pickup. So that's their 10th passing first down, and Fleming gets the handoff, still on his feet. And he's in. So Mark Fleming for no gain. And we're under a minute left, third quarter, second goal to 6.
Oh,
Fleming
nice job
finds
there.
room and breaks free. He's down to maybe the 4-yard line, a 2-yard pickup.
Because it looked like they were going to get him for a loss.
Yeah, they're about it. And he stretched his legs out, kept him moving. That'll bring up 3rd and goal to 4. .24 seconds left, third quarter. Mullet hands it off. Fleming finds room, and he is into the end zone. Oh, yes, he is.
Touchdown Royals, 35-13.
Yep, 35-13 with 16 ticks left, third quarter.
Millers are on the Brownsville 9. Grimmel hits Groover for a big gain, so it's first and goal for the Millers.
Hey, Grant Grimmel's got a good arm.
Oh, he's got a great future. Unfortunately, he has a
He'll only have 1 year of varsity action because
Yeah.
Barnes is a junior even though he's out tonight. PAT is good by Melzer.
Fisher's Tiger scored, makes it 31-24 Rocks with 4:58. So that game's not over yet.
Yeah, 5 minutes left. Fishers trails by 7 points, and don't count out a Rick Wimmer club. You know, with a full quarter left to play, Royals set to kick off.
Noblesville scores. The Millers are down 1, and they're going for 2.
And this is a short kick and fair catch by Connor Yukna. They'll have that. Wow. 22-21. Noblesville has taken the lead with 1:08 left in the fourth quarter at Brownsburg.
Tackle on the play by number 34, Johnny May. That'll be the final play of the third quarter with the score Warriors 35, Royals 14. Let's welcome to the field your Fishers Union varsity dance team. The team has 12 varsity
1 yard pickup on that last play to end the quarter by Ashford, and we head to the fourth quarter of play. A little entertainment between third and fourth quarters as the dance team out there in the middle as we get ready to start the fourth quarter of action. Craig Atkins alongside Perry Williams. It's 35-14, Waubonsie Valley up on Hamilton Southeastern. As the Warriors have second down tonight, their own 31, and it's 4 yards on the pickup to Ashford. And that would be a stunner if Noblesville hangs on. They're up 22-21 on Brownsburg right now. 1:08 left, fourth quarter of action.
Here's the score update at Brownsburg in the fourth quarter. Now Noblesville 22, Brownsburg 21.
And that gets a rise out of the crowd here, especially since next week will be for the HCC title.
That's right.
So if Noblesville were to pull off that upset tonight and Westwood keeps it, gets up to about the 36 for a 1 yard gain. And it looks like the Warriors are kind of playing conservatively. And you may not want to do that with this Southeastern team.
Because this is a very strong offensive
and dangerous. Because obviously if you get somebody like Matt Klink open, Mullet can just sling that gun and hit him on a long streak or something. Will Isdale. Nice high snap, and he skies one high and just over midfield. And that ball is going to bounce flat inside the 45 to the 44-yard line.
North Central comes back and beats Pike 42 to 35.
Wow. You hate to say this, but this isn't your Derek Moyer's Pike team. They're struggling these days, are the Pike Red Devils, as I believe that drops them to 0-8.
It's a final. Warren Central 40, Carmel 30. The Hounds will host Lawrence Central next Friday on senior night. Craig, what's that? That makes Carmel 4-4.
4-4.
When is the last time Carmel? Yeah, you heard Carmel being 4-4.
Yeah, when is the last time Carmel was 4-4? And there the flag from the defensive backfield. It looks like it looks like 83 again. Jaron Bond was the intended receiver.
Westfield,
break loose.
In the Westfield Fishers game, the Tigers take over after a punt with 2:50 left to go in the game.
Yep, tack on 15 more. First down, Southeastern at the 39 of Waubonsie Valley. 10 minutes to go in this fourth quarter, and Mullet. Oh.
So Fishers has got to travel 80 yards in 2 minutes and 50 seconds. It could be done. And
not the easiest of tasks, but
Rick Wimmers.
I'll bet he's got the play calling to do it.
He hasn't won over 250 games for nothing, buddy.
That's right. Handoff.
A final, it looks like interception. It looks like the
Nobles
Millers intercepted.
They intercept Hunter Johnson.
So they'll take they'll line up in the victory formation, and the Millers will beat Brownsburg 22-21. No.
Close. Yep, penalty. 5-yard mark off on the procedure penalty.
Yes, 22-21. No.
So that still brings in hopes of tying for a conference title or winning it outright, actually.
And we're scheduled to be here next week on HTTV. Will that be 2, Jim? On HTTV 1, we'll be broadcasting that big game unless the Indiana High School Athletic Association bumps us and they bring Jerry Baker over and Jan Bozier. But we're planning on right now being here. But anyways, it will be on the air next week.
So big fourth down and 13 for Southeastern. Mullet back to pass, looking for Klink. Finds him. Nope, check that. That is number 1, Drew Olette, and he's well short of the first down by a few yards. Fishers sounds like they're in business at the 25, I believe.
Yeah.
And looking to score. Waubonsie Valley has the ball again as Southeastern turned the ball over. And pass out into the flat. That is Ashford finding room. 35, 40. Out of bounds at about the 44-yard line. 12-yard pickup on the play by Ashford. Check that. That was Lemoyne. Looked like Ashford from here. .8:17 left here in the fourth, and we've got a flag. It's going to be a false start.
Illegal procedure on the Warriors. That would be a 5-yard penalty. Make it 1st and 15.
You know, both these coaches are going to look at this film and think, how do we have so many penalties? Why are there so many penalties? Whether it's pass interference, unsportsmanlike conduct, or, you know, false starts, like we've seen 3 of those in the past couple minutes.
Yes.
So it's going to be 1st and 15 at their own 38. Westwood and company trying to milk some clock with this 3-touchdown lead, and that'll be a no gain. No gain on the play by Ashford. So the Millers take Brownsburg from the ranks of the unbeaten.
In the conference, yeah.
7:40 and ticking. 2nd and 14 at their own 39. Westwood trying to waste all of that play clock if possible. Fakes a handoff. Westwood will keep it himself. Goes right. And he gains nothing there. And it's going to be 4th. Check that. They'll give him the 40, so he got a yard. But I don't think Waubonsie Valley is trying to be, do anything pretty right now. They're trying to milk this clock and head home with a win. You can't blame them one bit. Under 7 minutes left, fourth quarter. 35-14. Warriors up on the host Royals. Delay to Ashford, and he gets down up to the 46, so a 6-yard pickup, going to make it a 4th down and 7. Six and a half left and rolling here on the clock as Southeastern shifting personnel off for the punt return team, as Will Isdell out there to punt back at his own 31. Almost blocked. 34, Johnny May got in there, almost blocked that. So Southeastern down 3 scores with half of a quarter to go. We see some fans filing toward the exits.
Craig, the Rocks held them on 4th down, the Tigers, and they take over the ball with 1:09 to play, up 31-24. Shamrocks up. There's a pass over the middle. Number 87.
Muchner.
Late flag here.
It's like there are two different spots where the and sportsmanlike conduct on Hamilton Southeastern.
Oh, that's huge.
Following the play on sportsmanlike conduct of the Royals will be a 15-yard penalty.
So all the way back to the 26-yard line.
Craig Westfield over Fishers, 31-24. That's a final score.
And it's hard to believe Fishers drops to 3-5.
You know what, though, Craig? That was exactly the game we thought it'd be.
Yeah, back and forth. I mean, that was almost like basketball where so many lead changes. Mullet escapes. He's going left, finds room, and across the 30, up to maybe the 34 where they'll mark him. He gets 8.
One thing about it is Craig Mullet's not, if you look at his stats, he doesn't run the ball very much. He's very, very cautious about carrying the
definitely
football.
Not indicative of what happened during that game. Big 3rd down and 8, 5-10 and ticking. Trips here to the nearest, single receiver to the far side for the Royals. At their own 34, Mullet being chased and throws.
Kind of looked
threw
like
to
Mullet
Ouellette at
almost
the 40.
lost a handle on that ball.
I think with the change in weather, maybe a little, possibly a little dew on the ball.
Yeah, you know, that we've had a front come through.
Yeah.
I mean, it's.
And we're getting a little cooler weather with Hurricane Matthew shifting some weather up. I guess it's not real cool when you see it or if you're a part of it, but I saw the racetrack at Daytona flooded.
Yeah, they took a beating in
Halfway
Daytona.
up the wall was water. Yeah, they took a definite beating down there.
Craig, it's so far some of these scores coming in, it's been an interesting night in high school football. I mean,
to say the least, and it's going to, like we said, Warren Central sending Carmel to
4-4.
4-4. When's the last time they were 4-4? And recent years, when has Rick Wimmer and Fisher's been 3-5? But it's such a topsy-turvy, up and down, fight from week to week.
And this is a perfect example tonight in this Hoosier Road Crossroad Conference. Noblesville without their best linebacker, Noblesville without their number 1 quarterback, down 21-0, comes back and wins 22-21.
A kid like Grant Grimmel,
it shows you
sophomore.
But it also shows you that Coach Jason Simmons has got the Millers believing. Avon 43, Zionsville 29. That's a final. Most of these games are going final now, Craig, because they
had a half-hour jump.
Yeah, we had a 7:30 start.
2nd and 10 at their own 27 for Waubonsie Valley. They're going to try and eat up all of this play clock and then snap the ball. And they're going to try and head back to Aurora with a solid win. And Ashford breaks free, and he is just across the first down marker up to the 39.
Alex Jessup with the tackle for the Royals. About 12 on the play.
Check that. They're going to bring this one right back. Holding on the play by the offense.
Penalties, Craig.
Yeah, penalties will absolutely kill you. I mean, they will just.
2nd and 17
You know, Craig, but this season in high school football, we've seen a lot of penalties.
Well, I'm not saying that you can.
I'm not saying it's the officiating's fault,
Right,
but
right.
I mean, there's just a lot of penalties in high school football right now.
Yeah. And I don't think it's something we can say you can blame it on the next 2 levels up, because they happen at those levels too, the same kind. It's just we've seen them in big bunches. Westwood back at his own 5, escapes it. Oh, we've got a block in the back. Block in the back. Yeah, as Westwood escapes.
That's coming back.
This run is going to nullify. He got near the first down, but back at the 6 maybe. Yeah, that was probably the most blatant block in the back that I've seen in a long time.
Yeah, I don't. Everybody could have called that. Let's go through our sponsors really quick, Craig. Community Health Network, Smith's Jewelers, Church Hiddle and Anthem, Ivy Tech Community College, Mark HEIRBRANDT, Hamilton County Commissioner, Logan Street Signs and Banners, Noblesville Trophies, Indiana Restoration and Cleaning Service, and Erica's Place in 2 locations, Cicero and Westfield.
So it's going to be second and, as our old PA announcer at
a long
Concord
way.
would say, a country mile. Second and 35 at their own 2, trying to get away from the goal line are the Warriors.
Yeah, they're just trying to get a little space here for a punt.
Play clock was at 0. I don't know if that happened just as.
I don't see any pink. That's hard to get used to.
No
Greg.
flags out there, so Southeastern going to call a timeout. So 6-yard pickup there. .243 remaining, 35-14 Waubonsie Valley. All over Hamilton Southeastern tonight, and the Warriors came to play. Long bus ride from Aurora, and they came here and they've made a statement with Westwood, a pretty good quarterback. He's a gunslinger.
Absolutely.
And just a junior at 5'10", 155. You know, a couple other kids that impressed us tonight. You know, Will Isdell, 3 catches for 71 and a touchdown. And Charles Robinson, 6'4", 210 pounds. He's got 2 catches for 45, which makes you wonder why they haven't gone to him more.
Yeah.
Even though the coverage has gotten better throughout the game by Southeastern, but they do have weapons. It'll be interesting to see how they do the rest of the season in the state of Illinois, especially against the competition they face next. They'll be at home against Naperville North. Ashford carries as a flag, look like maybe a face mask. So, yeah, this won't be the normal kind of face mask. They have different categories of face masking now. This will be a 5-yard variety probably. So they'll mark this from the 8 all the way up to the 23 for a 15-yard penalty on the Royals.
Personal foul on the Royals, face mask, 15-yard penalty.
And Southeastern coaching staff has questions, and yep, up. Sideline for Southeastern got a warning. Referee said, back up, please. So 3rd and 15 was a 3rd and 33. And ball at the 23-yard line. 2:20 left and counting. Ashford up the middle, no gain. You know, of his 22 carries, 9 have been for no gain or negative yardage tonight for Ashford. Yeah, they've done a pretty good job on him. 22 carries unofficially for 44 yards, and 9 of his 22 have been for 0 or negative yards. So if it weren't for a couple big plays, obviously, the Royals would for sure be back in this ball game. But this has to be a wake-up call because they can hear Brad Silbert out there.
Yeah.
And what he said happened on the west side of Indianapolis in Brownsburg as Noblesville upended undefeated Brownsburg.
The crowd went kind of crazy out there, didn't
yeah,
they? They were excited.
They liked it. I think they got crazy, and then they left.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's pretty slim pickings.
But
from
15.
what I understand, it's pretty breezy out there.
Yeah, I brought a light jacket. I used to wear shorts till November. Of course, you've got shorts on now. Isdell. Oh. Johnny May got taken out there, but Southeastern will have. Or
but
else
you have to
it.
realize that was at the Noblesville Downtown Square at 3 o'clock today, and it was still pretty warm there. So I was.
Yeah, it was first Friday downtown Noblesville.
Big time tonight. Fall festival, huge crowd. Hay rides, man. With the tractor, soup. I hated to leave, but.
I know. You know, I tried because you were busy with that. And I tried all week.
That, but
I
enjoy coming over here.
I went 0 for 7 on. Oh, geez.
Oh, my. Oh. That was quite a play right there.
Almost ripped in there like Olette. Yep, Olette almost got that deflection catch. Yeah, I tried to find someone to do the color with me tonight, but I was 0 for 7. But glad you could join me tonight nonetheless, Perry. Mullet back to pass again and incomplete to Brooks.
I noticed on tracking these events here tonight that Cassidy Farrar, who plays for Westfield in softball and also a great volleyball player for Westfield, has just signed to St. Francis, which will follow her big brother up there because he's a quarterback. Yeah.
Yeah, they just got done playing up the sideline and just out of the reach of that 3 for the Royals. That is Logan Beagle. That'll bring up 4th down and 10 at the 37 of Waubonsie Valley. 1:41 left.
Well, it's official. Sheridan High School just posted Sheridan 49, Taylor 6, and that's 400th win.
Yeah, congratulations,
for Coach Wright.
Bud Wright. 49-6 at Taylor tonight. I'm sure there will be a celebration up in Sheridan. Pass to Fleming out in the flat, and he finds room down to about the 33.
You know, Craig, Bud Wright starts 7 sophomores and 1 freshman. And he told me, he said, you know, there's one thing on that old water tower over there. There's 9 state champions.
Yep.
So,
you know, some people would call it crazy because this is his 50th year of coaching, but the way he talks with those young kids, there's no stopping Bud Wright. He's not going to stop until I think he's just unable to coach anymore. And
he's getting around pretty good anymore.
Yeah,
a couple of years ago when
he's pretty spry.
When he had those bad knees and everything, well, it looks like we're taking a knee here a little bit, and next big game here will be next week. Will be Brownsburg and Hamilton Southeastern.
With 1:05 and rolling, that will pretty much do it here at IU Health Field at Reynolds Royal Stadium. As Waubonsie Valley came in and made a statement tonight with a 35-14 win at Hamilton Southeastern. And hats off to Paul Murphy and his coaching staff for getting his players ready for one, a long bus ride.
Yeah.
2, preparing for a top 10 team in the top class in Indiana. And they came in and did what they wanted to do, and they came away with a 3-touchdown win. 35-14, the final.
We're going to get off the air here pretty quick, Craig, and sign off because we got Brighton early tomorrow cross country and followed by girls soccer. So.
Yep, 10:30 will be cross country sectionals at Noblesville at their famed course at White River, and then back over a little bit north of that is 2 p.m. for the Class 2A Sectional 16 Girls Soccer Sectional Championship, where it's going to be Noblesville facing Hamilton Southeastern in girls action, a couple ranked foes. And so that'll be a final. Next week it'll be Avon at Noblesville. We'll update you Monday night on the coaches show on which channels will be which. And we'll also have coverage of Brownsburg at Hamilton Southeastern. And once again, this game tonight brought to you by Community Health Network, Smith's Jewelers, Church Hiddle and Antrim, Ivy Tech Community College, also by Mark HEIRBRANDT, your Hamilton County Commissioner, Erica's Place, Logan Street Signs and Banners, Noblesville Trophies, Indiana Restoration Services, and the Wofford Theater for Will, Katie, Lucas, Ben, our producer Jim Wofford, and Perry Williams. I'm Craig Atkins, once again from Reynolds Royal Stadium, Waubonsie Valley of Illinois, 35, Hamilton Southeastern 14. You've been watching this Week 8 game right here on Hometown Television. We'll see you Monday night on the Coaches Show at 7 p.m. Thank you so long, everybody.